The gorilla in the cold storage room where the vaccines are stored is the mutant virus. Now these jumps that are happening with new strains, particularly the UK strain of COVID-19, which is causing alarm not just in the United Kingdom but globally. The Indian government's assessment is that they aren't fully certain whether the Oxford University AstraZeneca vaccine provides full immunity against this new strain. As the man who has developed the Oxford University vaccine, how confident are you, Professor Hill, that your vaccine works against the new strain, or is that a grey area that bothers you?
So the first thing to say is that all of the vaccines that we've been talking about use the same part of the coronavirus to immunize against. It's called the spike antigen, and I think all the vaccines that have been advanced to late-stage clinical development or licensed all work against this spike protein of the coronavirus. The important point is that is a very large protein. We count the amino acids in that, and it's of the order of 1,200. What this mutant strain, or variant strain as we might call it, has is a very small number of changes in that very large coronavirus spike antigen of about 1,200 amino acids. Do those very small numbers make a difference? Nearly everybody expects that it will not, because the immunity that we generate with the vaccines spreads right across that spike protein, and if you have a small change here or there, it's likely to make very little difference. The uncertainty you mentioned is that the key experiment to demonstrate that there is no impairment of immunity with the variant is ongoing right now. I guess we may have a result in a week, but that's fairly straightforward to do. It just takes 2 or 3 weeks to get the data. I think most people are agreed it's very unlikely that the variant that is most prevalent in the UK is a problem for vaccination. There's another variant from South Africa that's being looked at as well. So that's why people are saying they're very confident that this should not make a difference, but we haven't got the final data right yet. That will be coming soon.
But is this a potential landmine for the vaccination program? There's now talk of the vaccine jumping from the human species to minks. We saw at mink farms in Denmark and Netherlands, the entire farm was culled, thousands of minks killed because of the fear that if it jumps back to the human body, then that would be a mutation that the vaccine would not be able to deal with. So is this essentially, in layman's speak, a ticking time bomb, that there could be some mutation, some change in the virus which makes the vaccine ineffective? It may not be the UK strain, but it could happen at some point in time.
It could happen at some point in time, but for that to happen, my guess is you would need a very large number of changes in the spike protein. Not 1, not 2, not 3, maybe 20, 30, 40. And yes, that could happen over time, but you know, we've had almost a year of this virus so far, and we have nothing like that number of changes in the spike protein. It's not impossible that it could happen, it's just very unlikely. So I don't think we should be particularly concerned about that now. If it did happen, we can fairly rapidly make a vaccine with the new strain being targeted with a new vaccine. But at the moment, that certainly is not necessary in our view. What we need now is to get this vaccine into people's arms as quickly and efficiently and in very large numbers as we possibly can.